This is Rooted Cosmic Soul, sacrificing the patriarchy from a broom closet in the here and the there, offering rememberings in times of chaos, confusion, love, and belonging. I think that the broom closet recordings are about to get even more witchy. I'm getting a lot of hits to start talking more about awakening, ascending experiences as a means to find my collective, my coven, my people, as well as make an offering to my collective, to my coven, to my people. And this idea of reciprocity, give to receive, receive to give. When I first started the process of awakening, and for me, the awakening was around healing, right? Healing trauma and understanding that the way my world was going, my reality, had a lot to do with definitions, beliefs, and behaviors that I was holding. And those were based in a construct that is power over patriarchy, white supremacy based, trauma based. And I had a lot of experiences of that. So I had to do a bunch of healing. So fast forward, I did a bunch of healing and started exploring other areas and came across this idea of star seeds. And if you are not aware of that, please Google it because I don't have time to go through it here. But, for a while really believed, and I still do, I actually think we all are in some way or another, that I am a star seed. I'm a light bringer. I believe that we are spiritual beings. We are energy having physical experiences, and that's why we came here, to experience what does it mean to be in material form, to have emotions, to feel things in a way that one would not experience in spirit form, in pure energy form. And so in that belief of starseedhood, I really got caught up in this idea of wanting to get the hell out of here. And in my healing, realizing that was pain of having a really dense experience here on Earth with a lot of traumatic experiences. I chose a soul's path in a current reality that has a lot of identities that are targeted in this reality. My race, my gender, my sexuality, my presentation, the way I think. I'm a little neurodivergent, like just all these different ways, right? But as I continued along my path of healing, my guides, my ancestors really started pushing me toward earth and nature and being more with the elements. And in that process, learning how much I am of earth and the earth is of me. And so that leads me to the title of today's recording, this idea of a star's dust and a earth's mantle. And I want to make this offering to folks who are also ascending, who are also in their awakening journey around owning and being grateful for the remembering and the understanding that we came here for a reason, and that earth is our responsibility and we are the responsibility of earth, right? That there is a union there, that there is a connection there to be made. And it's a both end. That should be familiar if you've been listening to my recordings, of that I am both stars, dust, and Earth's mantle. I am both part of the stars and part of Earth. And what Spirit was telling me to talk about, there's so much one could talk about when it comes to that, but specifically for those of us who are remembering, learning, and we're starting to think about things like the energetic ways of being, awakening to our witchy selves, to our energetic selves, to ourselves that are aware of that which is not seen and the power of that, aware of our ability to be in divination, to be mediums, to channel, to our relationships and be able to have conversation with animals, with herbs, with crystals, like all these things that are in the realm of the occult that one could name as something that is intangible. To remember to stay in the both end of the intangible and the tangible, because we are both a star's dust and the earth's mantle. The example I'm going to give is, and I see this quite a bit in my feed of YouTube, which tells you about what I watch, but is cord cutting. And that this also came up on that podcast I was telling you all about, the witch podcast on BBC. This idea of cord cutting and going in and having a knowledgeable witch, priestess, bruja come in and help with the energetic aspects of cord cutting. And yes, that's really important. And trust, I do a fair amount of, when I'm sitting, cleaning out my energy, really thinking about what cords are coming in and coming out to each of my chakras, and take the time to clean those out, because I'm an empath and things are going to come in and things are going to go out. That's part of being star's dust, being an energetic being. I got all this energy coming in and going out. As far as the earth's mantle, that's where I'm realizing self-inquiry is my love language. Because while I can clear out energetic cords all day long, I also have the power through self-inquiry, self-awareness, introspection, transparency, vulnerability with myself and my material human being, to not have so many cords coming in and going out in the first place. So starting to explore what are the ways that my definitions, my beliefs, my behaviors around protections and boundaries are creating cords with other people and energy that doesn't have to be created, doesn't have to be recreated. Because if I'm not doing that self-inquiry work and I'm spending time and resources asking someone to cut the cords, I'm just going to keep having to do that, because my human self, my physical material self, which is real as much as my stardust spirit self, is still going to be creating those cords. And so the self-inquiry is what helps that shadow work with yourself, with the experience of your material self that came here to have experiences, to experience emotion, to experience joy, grief, pain, pleasure, all of that stuff. Part of what we're here for is to learn, like, what does it mean to be in this physical body? So just consider, is there a balance between the amount of time I'm spending in the esoteric and like the things that can't be seen, can't be named per se, versus the things that can? The things that can be seen, the things that can be named, the things that I may not want to take personal responsibility for, but that's what I'm here for. That's part of why I decided to be a human in this moment, in this time, because the divine feminine is going to come up from the inside out, and each of us have our own inside that is based on our relationships with ourselves, with the people around us, with Earth. That's real tangible stuff. There's all kinds of ways that you can do that self-inquiry work. If you're someone who has had a great deal of trauma, that might mean in traditional talk therapy or some sort of therapy. That might mean finding therapeutic processes that are not necessarily super traditional. I think I've mentioned this in other recordings of, like, at the height of my initial healing process, when so many wounds were coming up and they had to, because my ancestors and my spirit guides were like, we got work for you to do. We need you to get some of this stuff cleaned up. I was in talk therapy, individual talk therapy, couple. I was getting acupuncture, Reiki. I was getting regular body work with an energy-based body worker who did like cupping, hot stones, flushing. Like, I was able to have really good conversations with her about when spirits were coming into the room, when she was doing work on me. And I also was doing chiropractic care with chiropractors who believe in the power of the body and the body to tell them and me what it needed. All of those things, coupled with then also learning meditations, breath work, what crystals made sense for me, herbs, what teas to keep on hand, when to be vegetarian, when to not, and when I was not, what does that mean? What relationship am I having with the meat that I'm eating? Like all of that together, because we are a star's dust and Earth's mantle. This is Rooted Cosmic Soul, sacrificing the patriarchy from a broom closet. The energy here stays here, the energy there stays there. I'll sense you later. Return when moved to do so. Same Bruja time, same Bruja channel.